Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Catwater Flame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And with a reference to a person who beats prostitutes, we're live!
Oh my god!
Why not start out that way? Why not?
You start us off.
Yes, of course that's how I start us off. Well, what about me makes you think I would start us off any other way?
Okay, five people they're behind all this. They get it. They know.
For people that don't know, the slap chop guy was charged with assault of like 2 prostitutes in Florida,
something like that,
years ago.
God, Florida. I'm both not surprised and also like fuck that guy.
I mean, absolutely, fuck that guy.
It's Florida.
Hello,
not
everyone.
prostitutes.
Hello, everyone.
Sex work is real work.
Yes,
but it's also Florida.
Sex work is real work. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films Gran, Terra, Shadowfront, where we start off the rails. I'm
what are
John.
These rails you're talking about?
What
They're
rails?
Over there. They're over there. They're gathering dust. I'm John. I'm your game master for this evening. And I'm drinking a Diet Coke because I'm going to start the trend of introducing yourself by what you're consuming at the moment. And joining me this week is Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gentmanar, the half-elf spellslinger, and I don't have a beverage, but I do have my grandfather's hip, so, you know, that's something.
Just
consuming
handy.
that?
No, not consuming it, just holding it.
It is something that was inside someone's body at one point in time.
It's
so
true.
It's tangentially
yes.
related.
Mm-hmm.
And Mara.
Thank you for that segue.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Titania Valkorian, a Ladrin Druid princess. I also have nothing. I had soup earlier. It's gone now.
I had soup earlier. It's gone now.
There's a lot of it left, but I don't have it here.
And William?
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Valdez Stonebeard, the dwarf samurai, and I'm eating this burger. Thank you very much.
And Jeremy?
Hi, I am Jeremy. I am playing Kalerna, a drow Echo Knight, and I am drinking the combination of this, and this.
For the listeners,
Nice.
and also for the people that could only see the Coke, what are
That
the
would be
first two?
Bacardi Gold, Grenadine, and Cherry Coke. That is called a Midnight Rum.
There you go.
Sounds great.
And Nikki?
Hi, it's me, Nikki. I'm playing Scuzz, your goblin rogue, and I'm drinking the Tears of White Nationalist.
Yes!
It's
Yes.
delicious.
Very salty.
Because fuck
Holy
Nazis
shit,
and fuck white domestic terrorists.
Fuck all of them.
yeah.
them.
all of them.
Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. I'm also eating sushi.
Fuck off.
Yep. And Cody.
I'm Cody. I'm playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard, and to add to this well-oiled machine, I guess I'm drinking a Mountain Dew.
There you
Taste
and-
the dew.
And in case it hasn't been made clear, Final Show Films as a whole completely and utterly denounces Donald Trump and the entire Republican Party. So y'all can fuck off. And that makes us one of several businesses that are now dropping all of their corporate sponsorship of Republicans.
We had corporate
No,
sponsorship.
we
of
weren't doing
Republicans.
it
we
before.
did we weren't doing it before, but
Okay.
other people are not doing it now.
I was about to ask some serious questions.
We can't pay ourselves. What makes you think we're sponsoring somebody?
I don't know. Wouldn't be the weirdest thing I've heard today.
But no. To follow this tangent through, I was reading an article earlier of several businesses that are pulling all of their funding from GOP congressmen.
Love it.
It's like,
Also hearing about several people that are like, I don't mind not wearing a mask in front of a national government building, just losing their jobs left and right.
oh yeah, it's great. It was a story in 3X. It was one person who tweeted out, "That's my boy. Stop the steal," with a picture
Saw
of
that one.
with a picture of one of the people looting the Capitol building. The second tweet was, "Why are the FBI calling me?" And the third image was, "This person's account doesn't exist anymore." Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Anyways, when last we left off. Sorry, someone in chat's like, yes, fuck the orange of Wall Street. I agree. When last we left off, a new member had arrived.
I love her. She's great.
We had Ariel died. Kalerna arrived.
Yep.
There was a big fight.
Spoilers.
You can't have spoilers when you're in the show.
We're-
and recapping.
We are
I
currently
wasn't paying attention.
we are
to the-
currently in continuity
I
of
was
the
gonna say,
spoilers.
but what about the cast of the last season of Game of Thrones?
You can't spoil your own past, unfortunately.
I mean, River
I've
Song
made
would
the
dare
tangents
disagree,
where
but
someone-
First song is a
I regret
special
things.
case.
I was gonna say River Song is the exception to most rules.
I would argue that amnesiacs aren't being spoiled on their past; they are finding their past as they go. Anyways, but
Sorry, I tangented.
confused.
we
Well-oiled
we
machine.
acquire we well-oiled machine. We
Oh, hell.
well.
well-oiled machine.
Well
We're gonna
lub-
keep saying that. And it's not gonna go further off the
Well-lubed
rails.
machine. Okay.
Well lubricated.
Well lubricated.
I'm
Yay.
still
We're not
getting-
sponsored by the Republican Party, but apparently today we're sponsored by Bacardi.
I'm still
I'll take
getting
it.
I'm still getting emails saying I'd be perfect for a job as a lube technician. So incoming.
Coming Georgia.
Coming
Great
Georgia.
town.
Jiffy
A lot of
Lube.
happy people there.
Jiffy Lube.
Rails. We should find them.
We should lube the rails. You're right.
I mean, it is important to have lube before you get railed. That is true.
Somebody regrets opening their
Jesus.
mouth.
Taking a break for
Right.
mental health reasons, but really it's because of John and his jokes.
That one was Jack.
I'm throwing you under these well-lubed rails, John.
It's 20 minutes in.
Boy, we have a game.
So, last we left off, you had just finished dealing with a large horde of bandits, saving what turned out to be a Drow Knight, who is a member of the Azure Legion, which is sorry, now the chat's going, God damn it, John.
Perfect.
Good for you, Chad.
I have succeeded. Who was a member of the Azure Legion, which is a knightly order originating from the Kingdom of Avalon on Eos Corva, the eastern lands of Gran Terra, who are essentially like superheroes for hire, except they don't take payment. They're wandering knights errants who go around the world doing good deeds for the sake of being good. And they are literally the only organization that does that in all of Gran Terra. Because everyone else wants to get paid.
We're aspirational.
Yeah. and who swore herself into the service of the Steel Hearts at the behest of her god, Hydratos, also known as the Lady of the Lake. And that's where we left off, with you sort of gathering back to recover and wake up your cab driver, as this fight all happened right in the morning as you all woke up.
I feel like Scuzz takes the time or asks somebody for help. Like, we should really clear off the road so we can get through. It's just littered with bodies now.
I have
Oh,
something
that's
for
fair.
this.
I can help. You do? I'm curious now.
I cast
Tell us, Ithrim.
I cast telekinesis and just lift a handful of bodies.
Yay!
So
This
bodies
is
go
great.
flying off the road.
Just to check, is anybody else staring at just a black?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hang on.
Wanted to make sure that was not just me.
Yep.
So, Galerna, I understand
Yes.
you're here to assist us in our efforts and help us with the various agendas we've found ourselves saddled with.
That is indeed correct.
Are you? Did your lady familiarize you with the scope of what we're dealing with here?
No, she did not. I am certainly curious as to what this is going to be. But
Valdeth, if I may.
Sure, why not? You can do the explanation this time.
All right. So, there's a shard of the chaos deity Ido somewhere down in the Shadowlands. We have to fight a very powerful lich named Rahor, who is several millennia old, take a soul stone from him. Also, we've been subject to a number of visions that we don't have a full explanation for, but apparently the forces that are intent on destroying Taram from the forces emerging from the Shadowlands have somehow inducted us as a background special agent squadron of some sort in order to try and stave off whatever fragment of Eidos is causing all of this corruption and destruction. Meanwhile, we have a number of necromancers to hunt down, a blood mage somewhere up north we have to visit to get some information. We need to determine if Titania's relation to the God King Emperor of Taram has anything to do with the fact. And I also have a rather lethal demon or devil of some sort from the Nine Hells that is bound and determined to see me either captured, killed, or both. And that's last week.
I see. It is certainly glad that I am coming with you on this, because he certainly does sound like a job for a member of the Azure Legion.
Before anyone
Excellent.
asks, I have no idea what accent that's supposed to be.
That is Kalerna's accent, and that is what it is.
I love it. I forgot, and it makes me happy. My happiness comes out as laughter, though. So sorry.
No, that is the appropriate reaction. However, the tone of that laughter is, it is the appropriate reaction.
It's more
And I
startled.
almost forgot, we're headed to Everstone because something terrible is going on in that city that directly relates to Valdeth's family, her position as a noble of the society there, and
Okay, yeah, I
likely
guess
peril
throw that out
involved.
immediately. They're already joining the party, yeah.
Very well. I will be more than happy to
For
Whatever you require.
specific clarification, as far as the city of Everstone knows, I am the son of my parents, not their daughter.
I understand.
Fortunately, you have a magic bra that hides your boobs, so...
Yep. Can't do much for the hips, but that's what the clothing is for.
I was gonna say, plate armor or heavy clothes will do most of the heavy lifting there. Yeah, Valdeth hasn't been wearing her armor much recently.
No, she's been
Oh,
wearing
she
this
sent
heavy
it
clothing.
back.
Yeah, yep.
That was a whole thing.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
mailed the armor back as a trophy.
Right.
You don't really need the armor anymore.
Nope, not as a samurai.
Yes.
Not if you're a samurai. Yeah.
You can just wear cool Bushido clothing, and that's not the right word. I'm sorry. That was just the first word that
That's
came to
absolutely
mind.
not the right word.
Nope. I'm sorry, that was offensive. You're just wearing like cool ripped up top and pants.
Gotta love those Spartans and their cool Gnosticism clothing.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Bushido is a code of
It's okay.
honor and a way of life, not a.
We're just giving you shit, Nikki.
No, it's fine. You can give me shit for that one. Throw me under the well-lubed railing for all that.
You can wear robes and kimonos, or just clothes.
Oh my god, that'd be so pretty. And you
know,
fuck
when I
with
visit
people
19th
so
century
good in a
France, I like to
kimono.
wear the existentialism wardrobe.
Isn't that what you're already wearing? You've got
No, existentialism tends to be a little more topless.
I mean, you are wearing a cloak made from spiders.
Fair enough.
I'm okay.
All right, with that derailment out of the way,
This train just keeps getting gets back on the rail and then suplexed off, and then back on the rail and suplexed off. Which one of you is Saban?
That is sort of the final show film's way. We are sort of a Brock Lesnar match of thought train.
Suplex City, bitch.
I want- I want-
Wrath, about how far do you
Oh
think
God!
it is?
I want to do a cosplay of Saban from Final Fantasy wearing a Suplex City bitch shirt. The world's greatest mashup. Anyways,
Anyway, you asked me a question,
How many days out from Everstone do you think we are?
John.
based
on my
on
knowledge of the
based on your
geography.
knowledge of the geography, you're about 2 days south of Everstone at the moment.
Probably no more than a pair of days south of Everstone by this point. Now that we're leaving the canyon.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, no, Twitch is definitely having an issue with us right now. Sorry, I'm just noticing that our upload speed is 0. And
I
back
mean,
up.
I was gonna say that is a concern.
It was like 138 max, then it hit 0, and now it's back to normal. So Twitch is apparently having some issues today. Who isn't?
Fair.
People who live in New Zealand.
Those bastards.
Yes. So we keep on heading there.
All right, let's get moving.
Should we explain a little bit more about the letter, since that's the immediate one?
Yeah, I probably should. So
I
To
love how
give-
we're trusting our new friend. This is great. This is how we build friendships.
she's a member of the Azure Legion. If there's anyone I would trust implicitly, that would be part of it.
Fair enough. This is
She
like
says.
other-
She says, not knowing that Galadir is a member of the Azure Legion.
It's okay. Kalerna also doesn't know Galadir's a member of the Azure Legion.
If he still is, he could get kicked out.
They probably assume
Gent
he's
opens a little notebook and makes a quick jotted entry there of yet another organization on a global scene that Valda
Excuse me.
apparently trusts implicitly.
That must be a very short list.
It is a pretty
I mean,
short
currently
list.
there's 2 entries. There's 2 entries.
Yeah. Scuzz opens up his journal, which is just a bunch of crayon drawings, and writes Adam his 10th letter, just like,
what was
Dear
the other
Adam.
one? It's
The
The-
Stalkers or whatever.
The Fiend
the Azure,
Hunters.
the Azure Legion and the Fiend Hunters. Yeah.
The Fiend
Yeah.
Hunters.
To be fair,
Yeah.
they're pretty similar organizations.
The Fiend Hunters definitely get something out of the deal, where the Azure Legion do it for free. And the Fiend Hunters are not all good.
No, but they do their job.
I mean, yeah.
I'll trust any guy to do their job.
But yeah, so to give you sort of
that's sort of the era we're living in right now. People that are competent enough to do their job are trustworthy.
Ah, love it.
so to give you the basic rundown of the situation with my
Yes.
home, I am Valda Stonebeard, scion of House Stonebeard of Everstone, which is one of the 13 great houses that rules and runs the city of Everstone. I've been away in Tiram trying to earn the glory that would allow me to reveal my true gender to the people of Everstone, who are somewhat backwards as far as the things they consider to be the worth of women.
I see.
But with theoretically enough glory and enough political power, I would be able to take my position as the scion and heir to my house without them being able to do anything. But while I was away, I received a letter from the High King, who, in some flowery language that is probably a code, almost certainly a code, implies that something terrible is going on in the city, and he could use our presence. So we're on our way to find out who's been poisoned, probably.
I see. And this then will be more of an under the radar sort of thing.
Yes, this is definitely more intrigue and subterfuge.
I see. These are not skills that I currently possess, but I will certainly learn on the job.
They're skills that I've had to develop over my childhood.
It's okay. None of you are good at intrigue and subterfuge.
Says
should-
you, with my +7 deception.
I don't think I expressed this when we did her introduction, but Kalerna looks like slightly over young adult age for a drow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
not-
only 200 years old.
100, actually.
Oh wow, you're the same age as
You're
me.
a baby.
Yep.
I'm not talking about your stats, William.
It's all right, because you don't either, John.
Absolutely. All right. Well,
All right. On the way, shall we?
you wade through the overbrush that Titania created.
Yep.
It takes you 5 minutes to get everybody over to the carriage.
I got 10 minutes on telekinesis. I'll flatten the grass, I guess, to make it easier. Because that's after moving the bodies, that's probably about as much use as I'm going to get out of it.
you part the grassy sea.
Or I can just literally lift the party members up.
You can do that to. Can you lift that many?
1,000 pounds.
Up to 1,000 pounds.
people?
Not all at once, but probably in a couple of
Yeah.
trips. Could just...
I mean, I don't know. How much does everyone weigh?
Well, I'm not wearing my armor, so 176.
It's got to be one creature at a time, anyways.
Oh, okay.
So
Never mind.
none of you weigh 1,000 pounds.
No.
You get everyone back to the carriage.
I feel like he telekinesis everybody, and then when it's Gent's turn, you just cast catapult on him.
The carriage
How much
driver.
do you weigh?
136.
Not yet.
The carriage driver is woken up, looks at the sudden change to the terrain, looks back at the carriage, which is not going to make it through that grass.
Carriage.
The grass didn't extend to the road, so.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it covered the road.
Yeah.
It was 100 feet.
It was the whole reason that
it was-
Scuzz dimension door to cross it.
The carriage driver gets out a machete and begins hacking a path through the grass so that the carriage can get through.
Gent will join with a hand axe to help move
I-
things
I'll
along.
assist. I've got a stickle.
That's telekinesis.
You can't with telekinesis. You can't flatten the grass enough that the carriage could get through. Is the issue?
No, I would lift the carriage when it's not attached to horses. Does it weigh 1,000 pounds?
No, it doesn't weigh 1,000 pounds. No. Yeah, no, you can do that. Yeah. So you lift the carriage, move it over, lift the horses, move them over.
Yeah, I'm sure that was fun for them.
Gent gets a picture in his head of a small green creature lifting a means of conveyance out of a swamp for some reason. And,
Yeah. You save about 30 minutes. Congratulations. And you get on the way.
Now we can stop for coffee.
The travels further north see a subtle change in terrain as you head north across the lands of Morn. Outside, now that you're outside the Beckerland Valley, you sort of get a better view of the land as a whole. There's a short mountain range to your north that terminates before it reaches either edge of the island, as far as you're aware. And from your perspective, it looks like a very narrow mountain range, particularly compared to the mountain range that Taram sits on. There is quite an abundance of forested road and clear field. Forested area, road, and clear fields. And every once in a while, you'll see off in the distance a small hamlet or community, either on a tree line or along a river. Though the main road that you're on right now seems mostly devoid of structures, save for the occasional inn that your carriage driver stops you at. It costs like 5 silver total for the lot of you to stay at each inn. So for 2 days more travel, it'll be a total of 10 silver that you need to spend to stay at an inn if you want to stay in an inn.
We will spend a gold piece. I will take a gold piece out of my inventory.
The travel is fairly event free, though as you get further north, you do start seeing patrols of dwarves who will sort of nod at you and move on. These are well armored figures of that are very clearly from Everstone, which Valdeth can sort of indicate the sort of the make of their armor and the banner that they're carrying. They have these sort of squat, blocky, almost like no curves, all hard angles armor that makes them look almost like a wall walking towards you as they're patrolling. And they don't actually seem to be walking, particularly as you first see them. It's just sort of like this wave of metal coming towards you, and you realize as they pass, and Valdeth will point this out, that they're actually being moved by the ground. There is a subterranean species of worm, basically, that they have tamed in Everstone that burrows just beneath the surface and is large enough that a whole troop can stand on it and will be moved along. And that's sort of their standard mode of conveyance for patrols, because they just sort of stand there and are a very weird and imposing figure as they pass. Many bandit groups will basically see a wall of dwarves approaching like that and just scatter instantaneously, and the effect is very pronounced.
I'm assuming most of them are either houseless or house grudge bearer banners.
All of the banners are just Everstone banners. You don't see any house banners among them, which would determine to you that they're probably just houseless militia. What grudge bearer is which house?
Grudge bearer is most of the military.
Yeah. So these are distinctly not grudge bearer.
Yeah. I can get you the link to the document again if you want it.
Yes, please.
I'll just put it in Roll20 for you, for everyone.
This is weird. Never seen anything like that.
Do I know the names of those worms? What they're called?
The translation to common is burrowers. They're referred to as burrowers. The dwarven name would be... 1 second. The dwarven name would be Yuva.
Yeah. It's a Yuva patrol.
And Yuva are... They basically look like earthworms, but massive.
Mm-hmm. The Yuva are a species of massive tunneling worm that we've domesticated in Everstone, and the patrols tend to ride them as a conveyance because, quite frankly, it's simple, easy, and intimidating.
Fascinating.
But eventually, at the end of the second day, you reach the outer... You reach a point where the carriage stops a little ways away from Everstone, and the driver indicates that he doesn't really take the carriage any further, because if he takes it any further, customs will hold him for 3 days, even though he's not carrying anything. But
yeah, that sounds like Gem Cutter.
But Everstone is in sight. you see two large statues, effectively, along a very tall stone wall. And these statues are of large dwarven warriors with cascading beards. And at several points in the beard, it looks like they've worked metal braid rings into the beard. But as you get closer, you see that these are actually portholes through which there are cannon barrels that you can see slightly jutting out. There are a total of 16 on the front of each statue, and then you can see that there are artistically crafted, they look like hair braids or like earrings or other forms of body adornment, but are actually portholes all around the sort of the heads of the statues and down the arms and shoulders, which sort of give it like a 360-degree firing radius, basically.
Those are the Guardian Towers, the pride and joy of House Stonebeard.
Well, your family's definitely carved out quite a monument to itself, love.
And to the city.
Get a lot of...
Each of those holes are cannonades that we can use to defend the city from anything from invading armies to incoming dragons.
Did you get a lot of dragons?
No.
Not anymore.
The last thing they were used on were the last big war that the last big war that these turrets were actively used for was a war with the giant kingdom in Morn.
Yeah. The last major war that particularly saw the Guardian Towers employed was with the giants.
Are they still a threat?
No, it's largely a case of we keep to our space, they keep to theirs at this point. They're by no means on friendly terms, but...
All right.
The giants occupy the mountain range. And on the other side of the mountain range is... Why can't I think of the name of the other kingdom? Blah. There's
the Mage Kingdom?
Yeah, the Mage Kingdom.
Whose name I don't remember either.
There's a kingdom of mages on the other side of the mountain range.
Right.
Whose name I gave to Ithram because I was one of the teleportation circles. And I can't think of what the name is anymore. Oh well.
Wait, Ithram already knew a teleportation circle to this island?
No, it was
No,
one of
it
the
was one of the ones he
options I
could
could
have
learn.
Oh, one of the options.
Yeah, when you
okay.
take when you take teleportation circle, you learn two circles.
Right, yeah, and that was just one of the choices. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. You took core instead of whatever.
Yeah,
that
core
was.
and
yeah.
Is it Eos?
Taram and core.
You took Tor. You took Core and Taram.
Yeah.
Were your two circles.
Yeah, I have them written down.
But you approach. As you approach, there is very clearly like a guard presence that is watching you from the walls, and these large stone doors that are again these carved monuments of doors that very slowly open up, just large enough so that you have to walk single file to get through. Valdeth leading the way.
Yep.
With Valdeth leading the way, you walk into Everstone. Immediately on the other side, you are greeted with a very different sight from cities that you are used to seeing. It's more similar to the way Core structures their buildings than Taram, but still distinctly different. Several single-story, square-blocked buildings that look almost like they were pressed out of the ground rather than built up. And 13... larger towers that are 3 stories, being the maximum height of any of those, surrounding, sort of ringed around the city, with at the far end a 14th tower that is 1 story higher. It's basically 1-story buildings, 3-story towers, and then 1 4-story building, and everything is on those levels. And again, much like the armor that you saw on the Dwarven Patrol, no curves anywhere except for on the statues above you. Immediately on the other side, there are more armored individuals, but these have a banner. Sort of this sort of. It looks like it's a monocular, looking down at a gem. On these banners, sort of hanging down from the walls, and all of these guards have the same armor, but instead of just basic decoration, there are a variety of different colored stones etched into the carving of the armor, where on the patrols you saw it was blank.
Those would be house gem cutter soldiers.
Welcome to Everstone, travelers. What be your purpose in coming here? Says this one haggard-looking dwarf.
Jarl Valdez Stonebeard returning from Taram.
Looks you up and down, tilts ahead. It's been a while since Jarl Valdez has been in the city. You have your paperwork.
I hold up my signet ring and my and I hold up the thing that I have for being a noble, the thing that you get for the noble background.
Yeah, your lineage, your scroll. He takes the scroll.
Your pedigree.
Yeah, your scroll of pedigree. He takes the scroll, unrolls it, looks at it, looks at the signet ring, makes sure that they match. And this would be the rest of your entourage then, Lord Stonebeard?
Yes, this will be the Steelhearts, my mercenary company.
And are you carrying any goods into the city today?
Just our wares and equipment.
Well, if you step over to Joveth over here, he'll take a note of your inventory, and he hands you back the pedigree. And there is a much shorter, sort of brownish gold bearded dwarf, much shorter beard, I should say, off to one side, helmet off on the table, same sort of gem inlaid armor that seems to be Jorveth, who just pulls out a series of scroll boxes, opens them up, opens up an empty scroll, pulls out a quill, and just sort of waits for you to come over and basically declare your inventory.
Valdez does so.
You know that the Gem Cutter dwarves take exhaustive notes. Paperwork is their favorite thing.
Yeah.
This takes you a half
aside
an hour.
from money.
Like, this takes you... Well, paperwork is their favorite thing because paperwork gets them more money.
Yeah.
So this takes a half an hour, basically, of you just, like, listing out things, him writing it down, making sure he's got accurate numbers, passing things around, making sure everything's legit. Very well, Lord Stonebeard. Your inventory is accounted for. If you have any acquisitions that you need to express upon your exit, please let us know. And enjoy your return home. And he sort of nods his head to you.
She nods.
The first acknowledgement that you get of being a lord.
Yeah.
And you are let loose into the city. It's not very busy. All of you sort of, again, very different from cities you've been in previously, where normally there would be crowds of people sort of wandering the streets. It is dead. Except for a few people just sort of like sitting in windows with large pipes smoking and just watching you.
Down.
Is it normally this quiet?
On the ground floor? Aye.
Oh wait, because there's stuff underground, right?
The city builds down, not up.
I knew that.
This is the initial ground floor of the city that was initially carved out of the mountain. This is where the noble families keep their houses, which are the 13 towers, and then the seat of rule is the 14th larger one.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing that I am appreciative of.
Most of the small one-story buildings you'll see around here are just vassal homes ruled over by the 13 major houses.
Okay, well, we should probably go to yours, right? Because that's what we're here for?
Yes.
Your cousin?
We're here because of the High King, which means we're either going to need to go to my house first or straight to the ruling station or straight to the throne.
But was about your cousin, right?
Who doesn't exist?
The letter. Yes. Okay.
Let's go see what Mother's got to say first. I will lead the way towards House Stonebeard.
So House Stonebeard is the first tower on your right, basically. It's the closest to the gates. Also the furthest away from the royal palace, technically, but not that that has any real significance. Not that that doesn't stop people from suggesting it has significance, because it's a circle and that doesn't...
We're closest to the door because we're the ones that fix the fucking cannons, you jackasses.
That doesn't stop people from being people. But you head over, and it is again that's sort of the same figure that the towers seem to have been carved of. This tower also seems to be carved of, just in smaller scale. And the door is sort of like between these two large booted feet, as the main entryway to to this access of the house. Valdeth, you know that the tower extends about 3 or 4 more floors down. Most of the noble houses do. They're about 6 to 7 floors total. Effectively, it's just 3 above and 3 to 4 below. Typically, that 4th one is just like a guard barracks on the lower floors if they have it.
Yeah.
And there are 2 guards here. So again, similar armor, but still distinct, with the symbol of the Stonebeards on their banners and sort of etched into their things. The big difference here is both of these guards are wearing full-faced helmets that are carved into the likeness of a dwarven face, with just 2 holes for the eyes. And what does the banner look like, William?
Go on, ask your question first, Jeremy.
Sorry, I was gonna say before we arrive there.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Lord Valdeth, when we arrive, how should your mother be referred to?
She is. Let me make sure I have the exact phrase here. There we go. She is known as Clanwife Rala. And you get that sigh from her as she has to say the name of the rank.
I see. Thank you. This is something I prefer to know beforehand when possible.
Rala Stonebeard.
And that is, can you spell that name?
Rhala.
Okay. Couldn't know it was Arala or Rala. Got it.
And
Thank you.
The banner is a purple field with a clenched fist that appears to be made out of granite with like the stone detailing in the dead center of the banner. Yeah. It's a very simple banner, but it's iconic to them.
And it's definitely from what you've seen of the other, because you can see other banners sort of decorating houses. Every house has a banner on it in this section of the city. And all of the other ones are very detailed and elaborate. This is definitely the simplest banner that you see. But yeah, these 2 armored-faced guards standing outside look over. Oh, Lord Valdeth, it's been a while since you've been home. One of them says.
How is Mother? Do I recognize this one by name?
No.
Didn't think so.
This is one of the lower-ranking guards. Unfortunately, Clanwife Rala is indisposed at the moment. She has been not feeling herself lately.
You'll understand that I want to see my mother, so...
House Mordant, unfortunately, has her in quarantine for certain illnesses. They do not even let us into the room. We are simply standing guard outside.
Where? Is she still in the tower? Or is she in Mordant's home?
Top floor of the tower. Make an insight check.
24.
You get the feeling that the guards are not happy with this, that they are effectively locked out of a room in the house that they're supposed to guard. But the fact that he has presented that to you as a fact means that there's nothing they can do about it. for whatever reason.
Then it sounds like my first stop is with the High King, then.
Would recommend it, my lord.
Thank you for keeping guard.
Of course.
She turns and starts to lead towards the throne.
Throws you a salute, which is just, fist on the chest, and then back to...
Offer it back.
Wait, which one's House Mordant? Like, following behind, trying to keep up.
I'm assuming Mordant would probably be, like, middle of the...
Yeah, so as you're...
like, the two that'd be closest to the door would be Stonebeard and Wolfsfang.
Mordant is actually... immediately to the right of the royal keep, with Iron Guard immediately to the left, if you're looking at it. And yeah, so the Mordant banner is this. It's basically like sort of a stone crux, a stone crook, with sort of a crux etched into it, and this sort of like radiant light coming down across it.
Priests and clerics, I'm assuming?
That's their primary claim to the city.
They're also the principal, like, they're the principal healers, medicine folk, doctors. Like, they run the hospital.
Yeah, they are the largest body of the clergy, as well as the majority of the practice of medicine in the city.
Troubling association, I would think.
You notice as you go through Valdeth, several of these doors, particularly the ones that don't have anybody in windows smoking, have, even though they have banners of different places, have the Mordant sign, like, nailed to their doors.
It looks like they're quarantining for a plague.
That's weird. Should we wear masks or something?
God damn it.
We should always wear masks when out in public. And we should stay 6 feet apart.
Says the group currently huddled together.
Telekinesis. No, just kidding.
Arm's length.
I'm going to cast Yeet.
Yeet the goblin? Yeet the goblin.
Well, that does fit with what little intel we were given by the High King.
It's strange to see a plague of this. It's strange to see a plague hit through a dwarven community this strongly.
Okay, well, we go talk to the king, maybe get some sort of exception for you. We've come all this way. And then we see what we can find.
Yes, let's go.
Very well.
As you cross through, still being watched by various dwarven eyes in windows. Most of the people that are watching, smoking pipes. There's like sort of there's like this layer of like smoke above you that makes the city seem even more deserted than it already is as you're walking through.
So what are they smoking? Is that anything good?
You can make a medicine check if you want.
I'm out of things.
How far or how wide are these streets?
Fairly wide. They're about.
Is it from where they're sitting?
It's like 20 feet from building to building, basically. And everything. And as you're walking, there are no back alleys in this city. It's all a grid, from what you can tell.
Okay. Just seeing as how I'm going to turn a misclick into an actual click. I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts while we're walking through. And I'm just going to read the surface thoughts of the people that we're walking past. See if I can glean anything from that.
Okay. So people like they're in windows. So Tanya, judging
in windows, on porches, smoking.
Judging from the smell and the sight, it seems like they're smoking tobacco with some sort of medicinal herb mixed in with it.
Okay.
Like it's not the smell isn't. It's not hard. Like you're sort of smelling it. And it's like you're not coughing. It's not. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel. It's not like astringent or like a coarse smell. It's sort of like almost a sweet smell that the smoke is giving off. It just looks like cigarettes, like pipe smoke. But and you could probably piece together what herbs are being used if you had a sample of it, just based on what you're smelling, but you can't quite tell what it is. But it smells vaguely medicinal.
Okay.
Gen's got the visor down and he's scanning for anything that reads as invisible or on the ethereal plane of significance, and also just visual of the immediate surroundings.
The ethereal plane in this area is barren. Which is the first time you've seen that since you've had those goggles.
Okay.
But nothing invisible as far as you're seeing.
Can I make any inferences from that fact?
Check.
Or
You may not gonna
okay.
check.
Natural 20, 29.
The ethereal plane is very closely connected to ether. It's ambient ether in the air, ambient ether in the land, ambient ether sort of around is what sort of fuels into the ethereal plane. And so in places of higher concentrations of magic, there's more activity on the ethereal plane. Okay. No activity would make you suspect you were in a magic dead zone.
Okay.
Which is weird, because you're definitely, you don't feel like your magical prowess has diminished at all.
Right, it's not like my...
But it just seems like in this area, there's not as much ambient ether as there are in other places. Ithram, mostly what you're getting is suspicion and concern. There are strangers in our house, and we must keep watch.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured I'd get, but... All right, cool. Nothing about recent events, or maybe we're here.
No, most of the...
Because of that.
Anybody that you're able to sort of just basically read the surface thoughts of at the moment are focused on you as a group.
Okay. What about everybody else in the group? What's everybody thinking about?
Surface thoughts?
Surface thoughts.
Valdez is mostly a jumble of confusion and concern right now.
I don't want to mess this up.
So also concern.
I wonder how everyone's doing.
Also, I really need a smoke.
Intermittent. I hope everyone's okay. Followed by elevator music.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Some.
Kalerna's thoughts are sort of a mostly just in the process of this methodical, she's running through all the names that she's been given, making sure that she knows them in the correct order and so on, as well as being particularly just keeping an eye almost bodyguard like.
Okay.
And there's a lot of anxiety in there too.
All right.
Gen's inner monologue basically goes, very well, so we're going to go to the palace, we're going to speak to the king, we'll see what sort of information we can find there, then we've got to get to Valdeth's keep/house, whatever they've got in that sequence. I'll need to speak to whoever their head engineer is. I want to get some details on those firearms, guns especially. Possibly they might have some expertise, help me with this grappling gun, maybe finally get that auto-targeting function fixed.
And then after a minute,
continuous.
Yeah. After a minute, it stops. But I'm sure that's not where Gent is. Still
right. Yeah, but it's just still running. Yeah,
full speed.
Yeah.
As you approach the gates to the royal keep, the High King's palace, basically, you see two what look almost like dwarven-sized iron maidens, sort of like on either side of the front door. They look like statues. With sort of spikes on the outside. Make perception checks. Except for Valdez, because you're.
And then they start moving. I know exactly what these are.
Is this visual?
Yes, this is visual.
Perception.
14.
I am an expert. 6.
Yes, Jeremy.
And we are not in. I am not in direct sunlight.
No, the smoke in the air is blocking the sunlight, so you're actually fine.
Excellent.
11.
10.
Yay!
So, Gent, you're the only one that notices this visually. There are bits of the Iron Maiden that are like interlocking seams that wouldn't be on a normal Iron Maiden in places where it shouldn't be. Valdeth, you know, these are House Iron Guards. This is the House Iron Guard heavy armor, which is designed so that a guard can clink the sides of the armor in and look like a statue. And when they're ready, they just sort of flex out and the thing comes apart as a full suit of plate mail. And it's sort of like hiding in plain sight for heavy armor kind of thing. And they have their weapons integrated into the suit. So like when they click it open and begin attacking, it's basically like one half of it swings out into a shield and the other half of it swings out into a battle axe, and they're ready.
Yeah. So Valdeth will pull everyone to a stop before we actually, like, a bit in front of the guards and just offer the salute to them.
You all watch these two statues break apart, salute, and then re-solidify into what looked to the rest of you like just a statue.
I do it
as
well.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm very much mimicking.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yep.
Shit.
And then
have we seen in our walkthrough? Have we seen other statues like this throughout the city?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just never really paid any attention to them,
right?
Until now.
Gent will lean over to Valdeth. Now, are there actual statues here as well, just to keep people on their toes?
Yes.
I mean, Iron Guard puts a few of them out occasionally. Yes.
Valdeth, you also know there are trapped and untrapped versions of the statues.
Yeah, some of them have traps in them if they try and find out whether or not it's actually a statue.
Yeah.
More than one person has been murdered by a statue accidentally.
This is why you don't mess with the guards at Buckingham Palace. They are trained to kill you.
I feel like someone pulled the dwarven equivalent of like hold my beer and tried to fuck with them and then died.
And then it was a trapped statue and they died. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I bet this one, I know this one's a statue. I haven't seen him move at all. This one's definitely a statue. Watch. Fuck.
Well, now I have 2 beers. And I'm going to walk away now.
So I will. Do I know if I would have to say anything to them, or should I just be able to just walk in as far as I know?
If you're allowed in, you can go in. If you're not allowed in, they'll kill you.
All right, well, I start walking.
All or nothing. Go big or go home.
I still have a health potion.
More specifically, go big or go home in a coffin.
Yes.
Yeah, but she is home.
You walk up to the door. The door slides open, and on the inside you see a not armored dwarf. Long. You imagine this beard would go all the way down to the floor if it wasn't tied up in braids. Blonde beard, hair also braided down the back. Wearing very nice black and silver attire, hands clasped behind back. Welcome, Lord Valdeth Stonebeard. You are expected by High King Wolfstrand. If you'll follow me, please. This is the steward of the house, whom you can immediately recognize based off of there's a pin in the coat that is basically a hammer, just sort of slotted in place, and that pin in with the embellishments that it has signifies them as the steward of the house.
If Ithram still has detect thoughts going, the new song now in Skez's head is "Steward of the House." He's the only guy, steward of the house.
It probably ended like a good 10 minutes ago because it only lasts 1 minute.
I know.
but the mental image is great.
Yeah. Legit.
Show tunes in Skuz's head.
Yeah, he's probably, yeah.
Until you activate rogue mode, it's just show tunes.
Gent will lean over to Titania. In the event that we do have to confront any statue dwarves, I think your staff will be very helpful.
Sure. Yeah. We should probably not try and do that. I think.
Oh no, very much last resort, I would think.
Valdeth will follow.
Yeah. So
Following Valdeth.
the steward leads you deeper into the castle or into the keep. Eventually taking you up to the fourth floor of this tower. So you end up ending up in this hexagonal staircase. Again, there are no curves. In this hexagonal staircase that is sort of all the way up to the fourth floor. There's a large golden adorned door, set of double doors with two more of these statues on the outside of it. When you get there, the steward, one hand reaches up and sort of pushes on a bit of engraving on the door, and you hear this.
Is it going to explode?
It's just very extra.
And the door slides open.
Okay. Skuz walks normally. Don't ask why. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that check.
And as this door opens up, you see a long red carpet leading up to a table, and then the carpet continues beyond the table, up a set of stairs to a dais, on which there is sitting a large throne carved from stone, and the largest dwarf any of you have ever seen in your lives.
That's not a dwarf, that's just a small person! Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was going to say like a short human, but I said small person.
Not, only slightly taller than Valdeth, but two Valdeths next to each other wide.
Is he rather tall for a dwarf?
No, he's rather wide for a person.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Is his neck roughly the same width as his head, kind of thing?
Corded, like just iron corded muscles, visible from beneath square armored outfit of this red and gold and blue.
So he's more like a bodybuilder type, not a Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah,
is what you're describing. I see. I see.
This brick shit house of a dwarf, with long white beard that has the essence of red hanging off the chin and around the nose, and fiery red eyebrows and hanging down the back of the head. On his head is a large silver and gold crown with 14 points, the one immediately in the middle taller than the rest. On either, sort of leaning against either side of this throne, is a large warhammer and a large battle axe, sort of just leaning haft up against the sides. And this dwarf is leaning half over on one arm, with one leg thrown over the other arm, and a large fur cloak trailing down beneath him, staring as if he couldn't give a shit less about the words coming out of the mouth of this individual.
I didn't say that. I made the check. I wanted to, but I made the check.
Didn't say what? I didn't hear it.
That's not a dwarf. It's just a short human.
Okay. Staring as if he couldn't give a shit less what was being said at the mousiest dwarf you have ever seen. Where this dwarf is massive and built of iron and stone, this dwarf is almost halfling in proportion, but taller and broader. Lean and thin, and with a long but narrow beard that looks almost like a sword if you look at it in the right angle, of just black hair, again braided down the back, saying something in dwarvish that you're only catching the tail end of. And as the door opens and you all walk in, this very bored looking king looks over at you, looks back at this individual. Merrick, you're done for now. Bring me the report later. But my king, it's very important that you... And without really seeing him grab it and whip it around, that warhammer goes flying past this other dwarf, impacts in the far wall, and you can see the stone crack from
Oh,
where
he's
the
a
hammer
Kyle.
hits.
Okay, cool.
I said, you can go. And the other dwarf meekly shuffles past the group of you.
Bella just kind of lowers her head for a second, and those of you standing directly adjacent to her can just kind of hear, "Oh, Everstone, give me strength. I'm going to need it."
I put my hand on your shoulder and cast. I had a day to prepare things. Enhance ability. I think I get that one.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, druids
Or
do that.
Yeah, you do.
charisma.
Yeah.
And as the doors close behind you, leaving no one but you and
Is
the
it
High
you?
King in the room, High King Brynjar Wolfstrand looks over the group of you and begins coughing his lungs out so hard that he falls off the throne. Blood splatters on the ground. He wipes it off of his mouth, looks up at the group of you. Well, daughter of Stonebeard, not bad for a half-dead man, is it? And that's where we're going to go to break. If you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. we're back. So,
Repo the Genetic Opera is a phenomenal thing, and if you like Rocky Horror Picture Show, go watch it.
yes, it is.
It's free on Amazon.
It is
Yes.
pretty good.
We're technically kind of sponsored by Amazon. Sorta. Its own Twitch.
We're
Twitch
not
and
sponsored.
Amazon
They
have it.
own the platform. We're not sponsored by them. If we were sponsored by them, they'd be paying us money.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, some company, pay us some fucking money. Come
Pay
on.
some company. Pay us money.
Anyways, the High
Also,
King
Amber
Brynjar.
Sweet is addicted to the knife.
The High
To the knife.
addicted to the knife.
To the knife.
The High King Brynjar Wolfstrand just collapsed in front of you, coughing, and as he was on the ground, stated, "Well, daughter of Stonebeard, not bad for a half-dead man." At which point he sort of like looks like he's almost stuck. He raises up a hand and waves, "Get over here, daughter of Stonebeard, and help your king back to his throne."
And Valdeth will run over and help him up.
Mara, you're muted.
Well, that's unfortunate. I may have been muted for a while. Do you need healing? I'm going over to help you
I'm
too.
afraid whatever healing you have will not affect this affliction. And Valdeth, now that you're here, he is not well. What from a distance looked like iron corded muscle is in fact a man wasting away. Like this is dehydrated to the extreme. And you sort of, as you're getting closer, you realize the bit of red in his beard is not color, it's blood. As you help him back into his throne, you realize the hammer that was thrown is back where it was next to the throne. The crack's still there on the wall, but it's back next where it had been thrown from.
My fiance is a better healer than most of the bastard backwards folk in Mordant if you wanted to try.
Unfortunately, I know precisely what is afflicting me, and it is what I have brought you home for. First, I assume you're curious about the status of your mother.
I'd like to know.
Apparently,
not even my house guards are able to get in to see her.
that's because she's not in her house. Some months back, and he sort of leans back into the chair, throws that leg over the arm again. Some months back, an affliction began to spread its way through Everstone. As you're no doubt aware, dwarves are normally fairly hardy against poison and disease. Whatever this is, and I'm certain it's poison, is something specifically tailored to murder dwarves. Many of our people have fallen to this disease over the past few months. The lower levels are barren of life. It is only thanks to the constitution that I have lived this long. I'm fairly certain I was infected at the beginning of this whole thing. Your mother sought about to look for a cure and vanished from Everstone. We do not know where she is or what has happened to her. I have my suspicions as to who is behind this. The gestures towards the door. You'll have noticed the bastard Jarl of House Torgun having just left, looking hearty and hale. So far, House Torgun are the only ones who have not succumbed to this disease.
I knew there were snakes, but to poison their own city?
I don't know if the entire house is behind it, but I have my suspicions. However, I call you to this kingdom for one purpose only, Lady Valdeth. That you and your steel hearts look for the source of this illness, this poison that spreads to our people. And should you succeed, you will not have to hide what you are in Everstone ever again. I promise you this on my life. What little of it I have left.
Well, not just for myself, but for my people. I'll see it done.
Begins coughing again over one side. Titania, if you'd like, you can make a medicine roll.
Yeah,
And while
I'll
you
do that.
while you do that, I need to let my dog in because she was let outside, not let back in. Hang on.
Yeah. Let's see what I get here. I'm gonna use one of my inspirations on this. Just because I think she'd use it.
Solid choice.
I'm gonna do it one more time. That's worse.
Ooh. Stick with the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
used an inspiration and got a 13.
I saw. All right. So with a 13, you have. It definitely looks like he is suffering from some sort of wasting disease,
Mm-hmm.
just from the visual indicators. But he seems to believe it's poison, and
Mhm.
you believe that, but it's hard to think of what could affect dwarves this much. You know that biologically dwarves are very resilient to poisons and disease. So something that is not only potent but specifically potent against dwarves is completely out of your wheelhouse.
Okay, because I have the spell contagion. It's one of my domain spells. Do I think it's more complicated than that, or?
It might be in the similar vein. It's
Okay.
probably magical in nature, but you have no real ideas as to what it might be.
All right.
Does she have an inkling on whether or not greater restoration would do anything to it?
No.
I've got a diamond.
You could try, but you're pretty certain it won't work.
I don't have that prepared today.
Hmm.
I'll use it
We
often.
need to check with Glenn Fauci.
That would
True.
be Clan Mordant.
Did Mordant not do anything? They're the healers, right?
They have
They
been
don't-
trying. Unfortunately, our priests are not as skilled as some others. Their medicines have no effect. Their magic's limited.
Do you mind if I have a quick look? About 10 minutes.
Looks up at you because you're so much taller than he is.
I have
You
no
have
medicine.
you have strange company, Valdeth, but yes.
I'll take 10 minutes to cast Identify to see if it's a specific spell.
It's not a specific spell. As you finish your ritual
if
cast,
they're under the effects of
Yeah.
spells, if they're affected.
you can tell it is whatever's affecting him is magical, but it's not a spell.
Would it be? Could it be a curse?
Potentially.
One moment. And he's going to pull out his Crystalline Chronicle and spend one of the charges to swap out one of his spells to remove curse.
What does that look like
and-
when you do that?
When he pulls it out, there's a light whirring, and it looks like some of the pieces, some of the filigree that's on the Crystalline Chronicle starts to spin in certain spots, and there's a quick flash of red lightning. Again, if you would allow me to try something,
Go ahead.
I will cast Remove Curse.
Put the text in the chat for me.
Yep.
All right. So you cast it, and you feel like something happens, but nothing seems to change. And from just sort of basic feedback, you're pretty certain he's not the thing that's cursed.
Okay.
Like, there is a curse at work you're pretty certain from the way the spell functioned, but it's not him that's cursed.
Okay. Small step forward. I believe we're dealing with some sort of curse, not perhaps so much a poison or contagion.
Well, whatever it is, it has killed many of our people.
Have you discovered anything recently? Has any
There's a new
discovery
cavern.
been made?
There's a new cavern expanding further below the city, but nothing of importance was within it.
Sootmark runs the breaking grounds for the most part, along with Deep Carver. No, it's Sootmark, sorry. Torgon. House Torgon runs most of the breaking grounds along with Deep Carver. They'd have access there if their snakes wanted to get through.
If it was something natural, I'd imagine they would have been the first to be infected.
Who were the first people who got sick?
Clanless. The people of the Undercity who do not belong to any one family or house. After them, it was Rune Warden, then Deep Carver, then Chainwalker, Ursfang, Axe Grinder, Darmus.
You said you believe that you may have been infected at the beginning as well.
Before we were assuming it was a illness, I was showing signs of illness. We thought poison, but then others separate from me who had not been in the room, as it were.
It sounds as if this was targeted at the people who could do something about it first. House Rune Warden, the people who have the magic, and House Deep Carver, the people who would have been there to see it.
Were you given any gifts recently? Or any given to your kingdom?
Many gifts arrive every day from the various houses seeking to appease my wrath. None that was out of the ordinary, though you can check the treasury.
And Torgon's the only house that's been completely unaffected by this.
The only one, not a single member.
And where was Clanwife Rala Stonebeard last seen?
In her tower, as far as I am aware. That is where she vanished from. The guards of the house believe she is isolated by the Mordants. I had Mordants put the ruse up so that our defenders would not panic that their clan wife was missing.
We'll need access to that room.
Certainly. I will send for a representative from Mordant to let you in.
Our investigation begins then. We've no time to lose.
Can you put the order that everybody was affected within the chat? I have Clanless and then Rune Warden and then
Clanless,
just from that point on.
Rune Warden, Deep Carver.
How much of my house is affected?
The servants were the first to die. The guards mostly unaffected. Some in quarantine and sick. But those who could not afford, or those who were further underground, were stricken first and fastest.
Which tells me that if Torgun had nothing to do with this, they should have been the first to fall.
Exactly, my suspicions. Most of the city believes I am still healthy. I do not know how much longer I will be able to maintain the facade. So I ask that you work quickly. As quick as possible.
Do you want to keep the blood in your beard, sir?
He sort of looks down at it. Looks back up. It will just be back in a few minutes anyways.
That's what I figured.
I appreciate it, small one.
I ain't got a lot, but I can clean things up.
All right.
Better than our wizard.
That's right.
I either clean things up or I make them dirtier. There's no in between.
Why do I smell butter? This is weird.
That
It's
was
my
not
natural
me.
order. That's my natural order.
Scuz's
Natural hors d'oeuvres.
Yep. Family recipe. Just cut off a quarter of butter.
You put it in your pocket. You put it in your pocket, and then it'll smell like butter. And then when you pull it out, you can eat it. See, it's hors d'oeuvres. So bad. Please, I'm so sorry.
Right.
We can go now. Do you want me? I should whisper this. Do you want me to sneak into that one house that was that's being suspicious?
House Dorgan? Maybe. First, let's see what's going on in my mother's room.
Okie dokie.
Here, take this. And he reaches over and he reaches down and picks up the battle axe that was off to one side and holds it out.
Gus takes it. Thank you, sir.
He's holding it towards Valdeth.
I know.
Valdeth will reach out and take it.
Just imagine this goblin just like.
This is the seal of my office. Use it to carry my authority. And if people do not respect my authority, use it to take their head.
Valdeth nods.
And yeah, it's this very ornate battle axe that has the seal of the High King basically embedded in the middle of the blade. It looks like he had one of the larger like signet braid rings that the High King used to wear, that older High Kings wore, melted into the blade or like bonded into the blade.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I bet both of these are not shield bonded, soul bonded. That's right. That's the word.
Attuned.
Oh.
Attuned. Well, there's attuned or soul bonded. If you are a wizard, you can soul bond to a non-magical weapon and make it magically attuned to you, which is rad as fuck and fun. And I like it when fighters have attuned weapons or soul-bounded weapons.
You can see, Valdeth, you can see on the reverse side of the axe, in Dwarvish runes, the word orc splitter.
Wow.
It's actually just the word orc split in half.
Is it split between the O and the R, or the R and the C, or just right and down the R?
In Dwarven, the word for orc is a single symbol, so it's just the symbol broken in half.
I see.
Yeah, just Dwarven uses runes. Just the rune for orc is just split. Split asunder.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Steel Hearts, let's go. Valdeth turns and starts heading out.
Steel hearts, steel hearts, steel hearts.
You see him sort of lean back up into the chair and regain a little bit of that healthiness that it looked like he had as you entered.
Dang. Should we do what Ithram said that one time about checking the presents that he gets to see if any of them give off a bad aura?
If we don't find any clues here, probably.
Adding it to the list to see, just a pen and paper. Excuse me, crayon and paper.
Mara, you had something?
Yeah. She's gonna go up. Sorry, do you want to borrow this? And I'm gonna pull out the lantern. It'll stabilize you if we can't make it back quite fast enough.
Make an Arcana check.
Sure. I'm great at Arcana. Didn't roll. 5?
That seems reasonable to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate it. And he'll hold out a hand.
I'll hand it over.
I'll take it and he'll put it down where the axe was.
And then I'll follow the rest of the group.
So where are you heading to first? You step outside. The doors close. The doors close as who you recognize now as the head of House Thorgan, Merrick Thorgan, tries to walk back in, and the doors in his face, and he straightens himself up, adjusts his beard, and walks away.
Nice to meet you. Give a wave.
He completely ignores all of your presence.
Yep. I still do it.
We need to move quickly. He's aware that we're here.
Cuz would like to do an insight check on him.
Sure.
There's my insight. It's not good. But it's a natural 20. So
Nice.
He's an
22.
asshole.
Why is he so mean? Sometimes Cuz is good at things and sometimes he forgets. Because it's how he is. Goes to sleep one night and he's like, I knew how to make a gun yesterday. And today I cannot.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes, whispers. Whispers that I can't read because I'm going blind.
Do you need me to read it out loud?
No. You just watch, because like Scuzz looks at him, he's like, he's just having a hard day at work.
All right then.
Great.
He's doing his best with the current conditions of the kingdom.
Which direction to your tower?
Back
Love?
towards the gates.
All right, let's move quickly, people.
Scuzz would never lie.
As you get to the gate, to the entrance to the
Royal Keep?
the keep, another dwarven figure is there. This one, again, long blonde beard, braided in several places with the symbol of House Mordant, like in the braids rather than on armor, wearing sort of well-kept white robes, blonde hair down the back. And with a sort of like with sort of like a shepherd's crook basically that they're walking with. Welcome home, Lord Stonebeard. The High King sent for me to assist you with your investigation.
Thank you, Sir of House Mordant.
You can call me Wyman.
Wyman. Please, let's quickly be there.
He leads the way to your tower. You very quickly get back into the thing. As he's walking, he actually reaches into a satchel and pulls out a pouch. I don't know if any of you are smokers by trade, but adding this to any sort of incense or smoke that you might use will hopefully help ward off infection while you're here. And he sort of holds a pouch of herbs and like powder out towards the group of you.
Thank you.
I'm muted. Is it edible?
Yes, it is edible.
Can you just breathe it as is without actually having to smoke it?
It's more effective if it is burned in some form. But you could potentially bake it into some sort of confectionery.
He's
I
not
brought the
just-
butter for it, so we're good.
All right, guys, we're making dwarf weed butter. Let's do this shit.
I was gonna say dwarf weed brownies, but that works too.
The smoking thing is not the thing that I am familiar with, but how can it be?
Oh no.
Right?
I'm just imagining like
He offers you a pipe.
puffing your first blunt.
I mean, first anything.
Yeah.
Can you smoke weed in a pipe?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad the instant answers. That was great.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, it's
You can smoke it off of a punctured fucking soda can.
Soda can.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
Yep. Mhm.
I've done that more than once.
Yeah, if you've gone to high school, you've done that once.
Sorry,
Right, yeah.
I'm just picturing some like old guy like with like an old curved wooden pipe, tamping it down. Well, it's time to get high as balls.
I mean, yeah. Actually,
basically.
yeah.
I know those people. I have worked with those people.
100%.
You have the industrial MacGyver smokers that like can make a pipe out of anything. Like
Yep.
I've seen them make it out of like an apple.
Yes.
Like just a
Yeah.
regular ass
You can make it
apple.
out of an apple. Yep.
Funko
And
Pops. Fucking.
Yep.
I've also seen the people that have like the long, like 10-foot long
The
pipe.
Gandalf pipe.
No,
Yep.
Oh,
10-foot long pipe.
yeah.
Like that are just
Like-
It's called a super hitter, and they're delightful.
It's like why? But they're like, and they're made of glass, and you're just like,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
what if-
because
When
it's
you
a,
got the
it's
guy,
a
and then you've got the
spectacle.
people who are like, "Fuck it, I've got a pop bottle." Jam the
Right.
Yeah.
and then
I'm
everything
glad.
in between.
Jab a hole in
I'm
the top.
so glad I caused this tangent.
I mean, what is a bong except the pipe with more steps?
Basically,
Pretty much.
I mean, technically, yes.
It's a complicated pipe.
yeah, she will
can-
absolutely take her first hit of anything ever,
Can
Less.
Gent try and
and then
ID
proceed
the
to
herb
hack
blend?
up her lungs.
Yeah, give me a nature
Yeah,
check.
now that I can see it.
You give me a nature check.
Oh,
I'm
Sure.
well,
gonna
it
con-
wasn't supposed to be
Tanya's going to-
advantage, but 22.
I'm going to con check this to see how well she holds. it down.
11.
Do it, yeah.
Next time I summon Mal, he's
Oh!
gonna be chill.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
One inhale and then hacking.
As you start
That
hacking,
was for those at home because I am rolling dice, a natural one.
Wyman is like, I didn't think the disease was affecting people that quickly.
Or elves.
Or
Oh, no.
elves.
I'm quite surprised that Tanya didn't like shepherd, weed shepherd.
I was going to, but then it just happened.
Please, Tanya is a weed Sherpa.
What's the difference?
Shepherds
After
for
about
sheep.
30 seconds of hacking and waving hands
I hand you my water
awkwardly
skin.
around.
Yeah,
flame.
yeah.
There you go,
just
there you
have,
go.
you have to
Why do
have to drink. have a drink.
Why do people do this?
It's great.
It calms
Nice.
it calms the nerves.
Once you've
I-
gotten used to it and don't
I
just cough your
respectfully
lungs out.
disagree.
Once you're not coughing your lungs out every time you inhale, it's better.
It's
Still
like
not, still
swinging
not my
a sword.
thing, but
The first time you do it, you hurt yourself and you hack up a lung. The next time you do it, it's easier.
So Gent,
Yeah.
with your 22, this seems to be a blend of, and you're sort of like fiddling with your goggles a bit while you're looking at it. This seems to be a blend of ethereally enhanced herbs that are like you would these are they're basically they would normally be like folk remedies for various like colds and flu and things like that, but they've been supercharged with magic. Specifically, you'd think to counteract the effects of this magic or curse induced illness.
Okay.
Titania, basically they look kind of like weird cold medicine herbs. Like you're not certain they shouldn't smell the way they smell, and you're not certain why they would have any effect. But
This calls for experimentation. Okay.
It's because we'll eat it. I said it, and I wanted him to I wanted to say smoke it, and I think that happens with Scuzz. He's like, maybe I should eat it. No, I should smoke it, and it's already in his mouth.
No, I shall. Tastes like grass.
How much are we supposed to use at once?
Not the worst thing he's done, or worst thing he's eaten.
A simple 1/3 mixture with tobacco is the normal recommendation. But however, whatever other substance you might wish to mix it with, or if you'd like to take it
That's
on its
dangerous.
own,
Don't tell that to Titania. That's dangerous.
or if you'd like to take it on its own, and he sort of indicates a smaller sample size.
Okay. I need to make sure we're protected. Thank you. This is useful. And I try and say thank you in Dwarvish because I know Dwarvish and I'm gonna practice.
Do you know Dwarfish?
Yes.
Or are you learning?
Yeah,
Dwarvish?
Valdez.
He learned it in the
Valdez
sand.
taught
Yeah,
me.
I specifically
spent
taught
a
her
whole-
Dwarvish.
Yeah, you successfully say thank you in Dwarvish then.
Aw, I love it.
You're welcome,
Right.
he says in Dwarvish.
Oh, your Dwarvish is quite good. You've been practicing.
He doesn't say that.
No, he doesn't say that. He doesn't say that. That's my
That's
favorite compliment, though. Whenever I try and do bad languages, they're just like, "Oh, you're doing so good." Like, thanks.
I did my intro yesterday for Changeling in Spanish, and my wife wasn't around to correct me. So, anyways,
We arrive at
you arrive
House Stonebeard.
at House Stonebeard. Wyman takes you up to the 3rd floor, and where you find 2 more Stonebeard guards standing outside a door that has that symbol on it. And he sort of excuses his way past the guards, pulls out a key ring, inserts, unlocks it, opens it, and immediately inside you just see curtains blocking the view of anything else on the inside of the room. If you would come in. And he sort of gestures towards the group of you.
Valdez enters.
Okay.
And you all come in. Inside, this is your mother's bedroom. There is a bed, a writing table, books, fairly sparsely decorated. Couple of like, blueprints half finished on the table, and her blunderbuss hanging over her desk.
She wouldn't have left without that. As soon as the door is shut, Valdez looks over. Ithram, Gent, see what you can find.
Let's have a look then.
Yes. One moment.
Gent, again,
Gent.
very little ethereal action in the room.
Okay.
Gonna cast enhance ability.
So I already get enhanceability on investigation and perception just from the goggles.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you can.
Then never
yeah,
mind.
The two of
I
you
was gonna say,
can-
save that for yourself,
the
son.
2 of you can make investigation checks.
Yep. I will enhance ability myself
And
then.
anyone else who wants to can also make an investigation check.
I got double 18.
Take a look.
Sure. Let's see what I find.
Take a look. It's in a book.
This is
Good
why I
job,
told them to
Scuzz.
do it.
I got a 19.
15.
Good
That's
job,
really good for
Scuzz.
me.
Proud of you.
I got good
Investigation.
eyes.
Nice.
19.
This is why I told them to look.
Yeah.
Big old goblin eyes.
So
The soundtrack of Scuzz's head is now playing Mission Impossible because he's focusing.
Kalerna, looking around, there doesn't seem to be any signs of a scuffle or any signs of a fight in this room.
Okay.
That's the one thing that sort of jumps out at you. Titania, same thing. No signs of scuffle. There also you notice that that the closet is full of clothes. Nothing seems to be packed. Like there's no indication that anybody packed for a journey or anything like that. Gent, you start looking at the blueprints just because that's sort of your first instinct is to go blueprints. Let me look plans. It looks like she was designing some sort of device that would detect magical like nexuses and sources.
Okay.
Based on the blueprints, it doesn't. You can't tell. The blueprints themselves are unfinished. You have no idea if she finished it and just didn't write down the rest of the blueprint or not. But like just sort of looking at the things, it's some sort of crystalline emitter that would act almost like a radar or a sonar for magical sources, kind of.
Magical dowsing rod.
Yeah. Scuzz and Ithram, you see, get messing with blueprints and figure that's probably best left to him, and just sort of look around the room for any signs of anything out of place. There are no windows in this room. It's sort of an interior. This is like sort of the top of the column of the pillar, so it's like on the supports. There's nothing else. There's nothing out of the ordinary or anything in the walls. As you're looking around, both of you sort of like bump into each other at the same time over by one wall, and as you sort of stumble, your feet simultaneously hit a stone that reverberates under your heel.
Oh, excuse me. No, wait. Did you feel that?
Yeah. Was that you?
No, that wasn't me.
Okay, that wasn't me.
I'll take a step off.
Look
Is it
down.
hollow? Knock on it.
It certainly feels less like stone than the rest of the stones in the floor. As you like sort of tap on it, it's like it's smoother than a stone would be.
Do you have a dagger or something to pull it up?
Yeah. Scuzz pulls out a bookmark, and he also pulls out he doesn't pull out, he summons Mage Hand, and Bartholomew, please help assist me. And sticks the dagger under the stone, and with the Mage Hand attempts to pry it up.
You pry up this rock, and there's a small cavity inside the underneath it. As you pick it up, you realize this is not a rock. This is a piece of metal. It's actually a hunk of lead that you just sort of pulled out of the ground.
Puts it down.
Whatever you decided didn't pick up, Jack.
I was just, Jesus, that's got to be dead.
Oh yeah, it's pretty heavy.
That's got to be heavy as shit.
It's not actually that thick, but it's still pretty heavy.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
As you slide it away, inside this recess, there is a small wooden box that has a lock on it.
Valdez.
All right.
I found your mom's porn stash.
It's called the candy drawer.
I know your dad's. Yeah, right.
Where was Valdez looks over?
There's a sigil on it that's just like looks like an obelisk, but it's split in half. I don't know what that means, but
it is a completely unadorned wooden box with a lock.
Yes, Valdez, I found this.
Valdez looks over at it. Where did you find that?
In here. Do you want me to unlock it?
Yes.
Okay.
She walks over and looks at the brick. This is a solid piece of lead. That was shielded from scrying attempts.
Yep.
Scuzz, perhaps check it for any mechanical traps or. Yes.
I can do that.
She didn't want whoever was hunting her to find it.
Nope. Scuzz would like to check traps. Is that another investigation check?
Yeah, an investigation check.
Could I check it for wards?
20!
It is.
I don't have the.
It is trapped. You can make an Arcana check if you want to check it for wards.
Okay. Also 20.
It is warded.
Goblin Bros.
High five.
High five.
Specifically, it's warded with a Circle of Death spell.
Oh!
Scuzz. So as I noticed that, and he's like, it's trapped. I'm like, it definitely is. Let me one moment.
This thing is designed to kill everyone in the room if you don't open it properly.
Yes. Perhaps everybody take a step.
Take a step to the left.
To the farthest side of the room.
Yes.
Are there any windows in this room?
No.
Okay. Never mind then.
It's the room again. The room is on top of the center pillar of the tower.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's like dead center of the tower.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Gent will give him some space.
Excuse me.
This is your mother was very serious about hiding this as I cast Dispel Magic.
All right, make an intelligence roll.
All right. I get advantage on these. Natural 20.
Fuck that spell.
Fuck that spell. Fuck that spell in particular.
I also, since I dispelled it, I get a power surge as well.
Nice.
So yeah, you cast. There is just a of black cloud that erupts off of this thing.
That's
and then-
immediately engulfed within about 5 feet and then compressed back down into nothing right above it.
Yep.
Of course,
That-
this is when the contingency spell underneath it
Yeah.
that activates whenever somebody casts a spell magic in the room goes off.
It's funny.
And
you
then
should,
a fireball.
It's funny you should say that.
meteor swarm.
Ithram, make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah!
These I did not-
It's my favorite thing in the world.
16.
Contingency.
On.
Look, my mother was very thorough. Literally,
can
literally,
tell.
the primary descriptor I gave of her was that she was a political mastermind.
I can tell. Guys, it's cool. I got a tiefling.
You take
coming up.
Jesus.
You take 68 points of necrotic damage.
I'm unconscious.
Boom!
As so,
Oh, shit.
so you watch this black cloud emit from the box, and then compress down and go away, and then from the bottom of the box, there's just a flash of a rune, and Ithram goes down.
Ithram, I'm running over.
I rush over.
As you triggered the symbol spell that was attached to it with the death effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I am. The whole time that
uh,
we've been here, I'm like, I really wish that I had detect magic instead of just dispel.
Is he?
Okay,
Is he?
okay.
Yeah,
Dead
no,
then,
he's
or-
he's
Okay.
just unconscious.
This is not one of those kind of
Got
necrotic
it.
no,
things.
no.
Okay.
Death death just kills you. It doesn't kill you.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Like Circle of Death does.
Right.
I got rid of the important one.
Yeah.
Oh, then Scuzz would like to flip the box over. Sliding his health potion to Titania that she gave him, and then go back over to the box and make sure that all of the magical stuff is gone.
Make an Arcana check.
I'm casting Cure Wounds.
Yep.
Obviously, I lose concentration on enhance ability.
The first thing that while
go
you're
for it.
doing that, well, yours will make mine unnecessary, but she immediately takes her sigil and puts it. I don't think it's in. Never mind. Ignore me.
Okay. I grab his shoulder and cast Cure Wounds
Yeah,
at
that
5th
makes time.
level.
Scuzz, as far as you're aware, there are no more arcane traps on this box.
I don't like how you said that, but I kind of trust you on this. I'm gonna unlock it.
Assume there's also physical traps. Remember, you saw those.
Oh no, yeah, he is going to disarm the traps with his thieves' tools.
All right, it's gonna be a thieves' tools check with dexterity.
Yeah. I know it says sleight of hand, but that is the same.
Yeah.
Uses the same modifier as what I have for my thieves' tools.
You also can't roll less than a 10.
Oh no, I can't. I don't have that yet. That's 12.
Ah, damn it!
That's at level 12. Yeah.
You have
Oh,
inspiration.
good.
You have
do.
inspiration.
I have something better. I
As
have
the
lucky.
poison goes off.
I'm lucky. Let me pop one of those off. Got 3 of those.
Ithram just pops up and he's like, there was a second spell.
Yeah, no.
There was
I
indeed.
noticed.
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ, are you kidding me?
Now you have inspiration, right?
I do have inspiration. It's my only point of inspiration.
You do not have
that I
inspiration if you'd like to use
yeah.
that.
I would like to, please. Come on.
Roll.
There we go.
Better.
Jesus
There we
Christ.
go.
It made you
Alright.
work for it, but it gave you the 20.
That's
Yeah,
that's
there's just
what
Scuzz is just like he's just trying very hard not to die
Alright.
from a trap.
Tongue like.
Now make a Constitution saving throw.
Awesome.
Oh, shit.
Traps on traps on traps.
Poison effect.
No.
Okay.
You
Does the other
successfully disarm the trap, and another symbol flashes out of the box.
Cool. Am I? It's a con save, so I don't get evasion on it. 10.
You are incapacitated with excruciating pain for 1 minute.
Cool, cool.
Power words pain? Or
No,
power words
symbol affect pain.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
Cool. Scuzz just like,
Yeah, Scuzz just hits the ground and clenches.
I'll
but it's
dispel
open.
there.
No, you disarmed the trap. It's still closed and locked.
I disarmed the trap. It hurts.
Are we done with the traps?
Hopefully.
No.
Knowing my mother, there might be at least one more when you try and open the lock.
I have the strength to try. How sturdy does this box look?
It's made of mahogany.
Mahogany.
With an iron lock. So
I'm just gonna smash the fucking
Please
lock.
don't break the box.
okay, make me an athletics check.
Okay.
Gent is just going, knowing your mother, it
Are
seems
you-
like
Right?
I have
Right?
an inspiration.
there's probably nothing
Fuck
even
that
in
noise.
here, but we have to find out now.
Yeah, inside there's just a note that says, "Gotcha, bitch."
Now make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
As
well,
the third
ba-
symbol goes
As
off.
the box bounces back.
26.
All right, the
That's
box
solid, actually.
explodes when you don't fly back
Okay.
as you bust the lock, and clink, 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 something falls into the ground. You hear something metal hitting the ground and scattering
Valdez
as
goes to grab it.
there's smoke filling the room.
Valdez goes to grab it immediately.
Yeah, you grab it.
Scuzz casts his prestidigitation to get rid of the smoke. No,
And holding in your hand, you have a small iron skull that looks like it's made out of bits of bits of iron metals stapled together around a glass vial that has what looks like blood inside it. Make a religion check if you want.
Sure.
I was gonna say, can
I
Gent
know which god this is for.
I mean, you don't. If you know it, you don't have to make the roll.
This is a symbol of Rethorb.
No, whoops.
Mhm.
18.
16.
Yeah, this is a symbol of Rethorb.
I don't know what that is. I mean, I do. Scuzz does. I don't.
I'm assuming that is a faith that
Oh yeah, no, you know.
people would be very well aware of.
Yeah, everyone around the world knows the major deities.
Yeah.
In particular, Rethorb.
I actually made a character with proficiency in religion this time too.
Wow.
The question here
I'm proud of
is:
you.
Is this the curse or the cure? Did she find it and secrete it away, or did someone else leave it here?
I can check to see if it has any effects on it.
She'll hold it up to Ithram.
I mean, what? So Nikki does not know what the god of Rethor.
Rethorb is death and
No, Rethorb
is
Oh wait.
demon of sin.
Oh right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Rethorb is the king of demons, or the king
Yeah.
of fiends.
Murder, everything
destruction.
bad.
I knew it was bad.
Okay.
Rethorb is the person that Abaddon takes orders from.
Yeah.
So why would your mom have this symbol of a demon hidden away?
It's a good question and something worth finding out. Let's see what Ithram can turn up.
Yeah, I'll cast Identify on it.
Okay. There is nothing inherently magical on this object. It is, however, you get the distinct impression that this is what would be a hallowed item for Rethorb, which for everyone else would be the opposite of hallowed.
Yeah.
It's
The
not
holy symbol
desecrated.
for the cult.
No, it has not been desecrated. It is a hallowed item, but it's
It's a
For an
hell
evil
item
god.
for an evil god.
for an evil god. Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Putting a Hello Kitty
Hello Kitty.
what's it, like bow tie on top of it would probably be desecration for it.
Or just make it pretty. You're just
Yeah.
fixing up the altar at this point.
Yeah. So, and there's nothing inherently magical about it, but it gives you the fucking creeps, Ithram.
Yeah. So it's not magical, and he hands it right
You
back.
can identify the blood. You do identify the blood that's in it.
Oh yeah. Whose or what's blood is it?
It's demon blood.
Oh.
That is also, he like looks inside a little bit, shakes it. It didn't move. That's demon blood.
It didn't move.
You see.
Or it moved, but not in the way you expected it to.
Yeah, I shook down. Yeah, I shook down, and it just no.
The bubbles came up like skulls. There's.
Yeah, that is demon blood, which as an arcane practitioner you do know means the demon that it came from is still alive.
Cool. Oh my god, what if this
Can I
whole
tell what
curse is
kind-
from
can
demon
I-
blood?
No.
Yeah, can I tell what kind of demon?
No,
it
you
came
can't
from?
tell what kind of demon it came from.
Okay.
Just that it is.
What if every house that has been infected has one of these in their rooms? Not in all their rooms, but in their house.
And somebody's been working overtime in a holy symbol factory.
And yes, this was in the heart of the household, the highest member of the house.
There aren't.
So she.
This was something that was hidden specifically in my mother's room. Mother's not a spellcaster.
Yes, this is.
I do.
Also, your mother just seems too blunt to put that there.
Very well, Dev. I do not mean to be indelicate about this, but is it conceivable that the clan wife is
responsible for this?
into things that you are not necessarily aware of?
She has many things that I'm not aware of. This does not strike me as something that she would potentially ever be doing.
Fair enough. It had to be asked.
Gent wants to take a look around the room again now that this new information has been revealed. Does it seem more likely to him that this is something that was planted here without the room's occupants' knowledge, or something that somebody who knows has hidden here so that nobody would know who they are, what they do?
Make an insight check.
All right.
Found it. You know
that's
how everything.
not what I'm
Sorry,
good at.
Jack, you do your thing, and I'll do my.
22.
Based on where it was, where Skuz and Ithram found it, you wouldn't. If you were just walking around the room normally, like you were searching for something, you would never have found it. It was in a lead-lined, or at least a lead-blocked hole in a severely trapped box. You're pretty certain she was hiding it. It was definitely hidden here, not planted here. For what purpose it was hidden, you can't tell. There's certainly no other. There's not even any Everstone religious memorabilia in this room. Like, there is no indication that Rala is a religious person at all. But if your faith is Rethorb, you hide that.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
You have no idea why it was hidden here, but you can't tell it was distinctly hidden here, probably by her.
Yep. Gen's gonna keep that to himself for now.
Yeah, Valda. Would you maybe know, like, how long this little hidey hole could have been here?
I'm
thinking stone cutting.
Yeah, using stone cutting. Can I tell whether or not this is a recent hole, or if this has been here basically since the room was built?
Make a nature check with your stone cutting.
All right, so just add 8 to this. So 16.
It is seamlessly incorporated with the rest of the room. You would assume it was built when the room was built, but you can't guarantee that.
I can only assume this was a secret cubby built with the room itself, but it could have been used to store anything. I would not have put it past my mother to just have a secret storage place for things that she needed other people not to see.
You wouldn't put it past her to have several in different rooms of the house.
Yeah.
I still can't. The way you are, and the way you've described your mother, the only reason she would have this is if this was beneficial. It doesn't feel like this is meant to continue to harm people if she had it. Now, if
Exactly.
someone planted it,
No, the thing is, even if she was a worshipper of Rethorb, she wouldn't keep this symbol anywhere near her. So she has this here to keep it from someone else.
Make an insight check, Valdeth. With advantage, because it's your mom.
24.
Yeah, this is in her room because she wanted to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
She wanted easy access. She wanted easy access to it in a place that was relatively safe.
She wanted this here so that she could keep it from someone else.
Steam cat.
Of course.
So maybe the person that really wants this but can't find it had your mom taken out of the room.
That's possible.
Wyman, by the way, has backed himself into a corner to get as far away from that symbol as possible.
Fair enough.
Should we put it back then?
No.
Well, we sort
No.
of destroyed the box, so can't really do that.
We
mean,
could put it back in the hole with the lead, but this will bring them to us.
Indeed. We become bait.
It's on a chain and everything. You can just wear it around your neck. I'm sure that won't have any adverse effects.
Okay. Ithrim, can this be put in the armory?
No, only weapons and shields.
I've got the bag of holding.
Oh, you do? Can we put it in the bag of holding?
I think that defeats the purpose. Of
It would
keeping
be harder to
detectable.
find it at that point.
Yeah,
Mm,
Yeah, but
It
that
would
defeats
be-
the
You
purpose
are-
of using it as bait.
Oh no, wait. Take here. Scuzz takes the Ithor thing out and puts it down, and then he has the box, and he puts in the box one of his like vials of venom or
What
acid.
box?
The box exploded.
The box exploded.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was the thing Kalerna made his drink save against.
Yep.
Gent just sort of holds out his hand. We've already got one of us that's a target. We might not want to spread that around too much. Let's just consolidate all of our hazardous points of interest into one body.
That seems to be, no offense, a bad idea.
Because then we don't know who's coming at you for what reason.
But you will know where they're coming.
And if they all happen to strike at once, we might be able to defend against one.
If they all happen to strike at once, are we planning on splitting the party?
no.
No.
Split targets, yes.
Yes, but splitting who they're going after.
Splitting
would
through
be-
their targeting, yes. But
I will. This is my city. I'll hold on to this cursed thing.
Okie dokies.
My
Scuzz.
my argument against that, if you would, Lady Valdez, is that it may be, if it is something that has been
Poisoning dwarves.
targeted
That's fair.
specifically toward dwarves or to your bloodline.
This is fair. She holds it up to you.
I
I will
would.
wear it.
This is fine, but I would actually suggest that we keep it in a bag or object or piece of clothing of holding
Yes, I will
until
not be
we are
wearing
until
it.
we are ready to deal with
Yeah.
this.
Keep it.
Tanya,
keep it,
please don't put it in
That
your
is
in your
fair.
cleavage.
Yes, you have a dead body in yours, and I don't know how that would react with that. And I,
The body,
I for one,
the
Please.
body
as he's
react.
getting up,
Please
Not-
put what is
no.
canonically known as an icon of sin in your boobs with the corpse. Please do that.
Technically,
No.
it's
No.
it's
why
in,
do you think he brought it up?
Oh, it's probably
We're
this.
already-
Absolutely not.
We already
This-
have a
do you want
handful of
Doom? 'Cause this is how you
necromancers to
get
deal
Doom.
with.
But
Do you want Death Spawn? What was it from Dragon Age? Darkspawn? Do you want Darkspawn? Because this is how you get Darkspawn.
Yeah,
We're already in the equivalent of Ozamar. Like,
I was gonna go more specific to the meme and be like, sin ants, because that's how you get
It's sin
Synants. Just coming into your cleavage. You don't want that.
No, nobody wants
No one wants
in their
Synants and their picnic.
Please,
Okay, yeah, but
please put the icon of sin next to
No.
the corpse.
No.
I should probably get rid of that at some point.
I would say yes.
Probably.
I had a thought and then I thought about it more, and I could start a garden in there, I guess. Sort of.
No, because you can't get oxygen in there.
Titania Garden Boobs Valkorian.
That is a great Eladrian name, and I'm stealing it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
She who grows a garden in her cleavage is definitely a fey court name.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
There's stuff that grows
absolutely,
without.
for sure.
Maybe we should keep it in the bag of holding until we want to become bait.
Yes, that's
After we've done our investigations.
Again,
I have smart moments every now
you
and
see
again.
an elven figure out of the corner of your eye walk past the door.
Do they look
Is it
like they're
your-
on the ethereal plane?
No.
All right, Gent's gonna stick his head out.
Nothing
Hello.
But, nothing but guards here.
No.
Oh, it's your uncle.
Do
that
I know
bitch.
which do I know which direction they were headed?
It was heading to your right, which is weird because the door was definitely closed. You have no idea how you could have seen them.
I'm following them.
Wait, I'm following.
Goggles down, eyes out. We are hunting this fucker down.
Lord
I'm
Gent.
following Gent.
Not a lord.
I'll see what he's doing.
Technically, you are. You're the head of the house.
Lord Gent.
Get up.
And we're walking, and we're walking.
Gent's walking away. Titania's following.
Where are you going?
Saw something needs investigating.
Okay. What did you
It's starting to
see?
sound like me.
Yeah. Am I picking up anything else visual for this?
No. It was just that,
Okay.
like, you
just-
circle the top of the tower and nothing.
Saw a
Okay.
figure, elven figure.
Okay.
Walked past the door, but the door was shut. Very unorthodox.
Okay.
Can I?
so-
And Gent closes his eyes and he's trying to draw as many features to mind if there's anything significant or identifying about the figure that he saw.
White hair, dark purple skin, but not like drow skin,
Okay.
like demon skin, but on an elf.
Can I make a religion check or anything that would match that sort of description?
Yeah, make a religion check.
Okay.
I mean, Alpha.
19.
I mean, there are any number of demonic entities that have elfin features.
Elfish.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So nothing narrows it down to your mind.
Okay. He'll give a quick description quietly just to the Steelhearts. And Kalirna, who I'm looping in with Steelhearts, even though that hasn't been officialized yet, but close enough.
Collective we.
Is
Mhm.
the reason we are not asking the guards?
Well, the door was shut, so I shouldn't have seen it anyway. So I'm kind of doubting they saw it, and if they had, they would probably have reacted, I assume.
Generally, that's not the kind of thing you expect to see in this house.
Not the sort of thing you see every day.
No.
And it wasn't your uncle.
No, Uncle Laufenbard looked a bit more like me, only elfier.
Is there a reason why your uncle would be here?
He's bad.
Yes.
I see.
Also, he might not have existed at all and might have been some sort of demon in disguise using an illusion to infiltrate Taram society or just my house or just for fucking about.
Ah, of course, one of those situations.
Yes.
I understand.
One of
He also-
those common situations.
She says in a way that makes it clear she has no concept of what's being talked about.
Right.
Oh, as demons do.
He also very much could have been real and just erased himself from public perception
Mm-hmm.
with
As
the
you
power of
do.
demon magic.
As you do if you have the ability to do that, yes.
So bad.
And then he murdered the rest of my family.
Yes.
A few years later, for whatever reasons.
So bad.
couple
then.
He told you it was your birthday present.
Yeah, Ed still doesn't believe that.
He said, "Happy birthday, Gent. Here's what I got you."
Right.
I got you wealth and cool magic items. There is a clause, though. I killed the rest of your family. Can't really return that bit, though. Sorry.
I got you a pile of bodies of all the people you hate. I mean, one or two that you didn't hate, but most of it's all the people you hate.
Yep. Okay.
Gross. So where are we going
Valdeth,
now? Oh, sorry.
Do we have a working theory on this curse? I'm not familiar with the layout of this city, but if it affected the clanless and the lower levels first, I feel like it may have come from beneath.
Yes, I think we should be heading to the breaking grounds next.
Is there like a armadillo underneath this city as well, or?
They've been digging far enough down.
Yeah, we've dug for a very long time. I feel like we would have found it if there was.
I mean, so have we in Taram, but
We've dug further down than Taram has. Trust me on that.
okay.
I don't know that Everstone has the same vested interest in keeping that sort of thing secret as Taram does.
No, if we found the giant armadillo, everyone would know about it because it would be ours now.
Okay. All right.
Everyone look at the armadillo that we have. It's ours now. We're amazing. Look at us.
We've put giant guns on it. Deal
Yeah,
with it.
basically.
Giant armored artillery armadillo.
Right.
This is
an
Artillery armadillo.
artilladillo.
Yes.
An artilladillo.
You have to say that very. You have to say that
That's my
very.
new Pokemon starter.
Artilladillo. You have to say very carefully because it's very close to an artilladildo.
Right.
Which also doesn't
Which is
sound
a
bad at
Very
all.
slightly
different and
Different ammunition.
and requires at least a Class C driver's license to operate.
Do not operate this under heavy medication.
Not operate this under the effects of alcohol.
the other potential name is just armadillo because armor is a
Right.
thing that you use for tanks.
But armadillo already had a dildo.
Armadillo.
I mean, some of them as well.
Armadillos already have their tank plating on top. They just don't have the guns.
Yeah, no, it'd be an artilladillo.
Yeah.
Says the voice of God.
Excellent. Confirmation.
Go into the mines.
What are the breaking grounds like then?
Okay.
Hectic. It's the part of the city that we're digging out before we build more city.
Fair enough.
Well,
You have the pass axe still, yes?
I do.
so you know, when last you checked, Valdeth, there were 10 levels down in the city. So you and your tower is 6 levels total. So you'd have another 3. You'd have another 7 levels down below your house to go to get to where you believe the breaking grounds to be.
All right. Let's head down our tower, and then we'll take the grand column down to the breaking grounds.
Before we go, before we leave this room, does your mother have a list of contacts or people she associates with? Because if
I will
that
check
she
her
is-
drawers for her paperwork to see if there's anything of note.
Because if she is not the spellcaster, those enchantments were
So
not easy to come by.
Valdeth, you know that level of enchantment is beyond anything that the rune wardens can do.
House Rune Warden wouldn't have been able to do that. That's something that would have come from the Mage City.
That narrows the search then.
Which I wish I could fucking remember the name of the Mage City.
It's not Eoscorva, is it?
No. Eoscorva is the entire
Is the continent.
continent.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The
Abracadabra
eastern
Town.
continent. No, it's Misthaven. Misthaven. That's it.
I like Abracadabra Town.
Misthaven.
It's Abracadabra Town if you're from there, Jeremy.
Sorry, but
fair.
that would be like Misthaven would be the Misthaven or the Cloud Giants would be, or the Storm Giants would be the closest like thing that would have that level of magic power.
Either she made a deal with the Storm Giants for that, or she sought help from Misthaven. One's more likely than the other, but neither are impossible.
I can maybe.
Misthaven and the Storm Giants is my Josie and the Pussycats cover band.
And as you look around Valdeth, you find her journal and her notes, and they are all completely devoid of any relevant information. It pointedly almost like her journal is, today's weather was da 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 da. We began work on this project. This project is proceeding accordingly. Like there is nothing of value in these journals.
I feel like that. My mother being my mother, she would have taught me at least a handful of important ciphers and secret locations where she would leave messages for me. Can I check for any of those?
Yes. Yeah, those would not be in her room though.
Yeah, I will go find the nearest one.
Yeah, so you head down to the ground floor, and check a few hidden locations that you know of. Nothing in any of these places. You head down further, check a few more. Nothing in any of these places. It seems like you know she definitely has other hidden places that you don't know about, where if she had any writing she would probably keep. It seems like based on what you know of your mom, it seems like she didn't want anybody to know the details of what she was investigating. Like any potential of anyone finding out. So she probably only kept one log. And it's probably in one of her hidden spots that you don't know about.
Or on her,
yeah.
Gent's gonna grab those blueprints and just bundle them up and bring them with him.
Right.
What did you say you could do, Titania?
Did she leave a hairbrush behind or something like that?
I mean, if you're looking
She
for
left these
something,
blueprints.
That's not a part of a person. If I can scry, maybe.
Yeah.
It's easier if I have a bit of them.
Yes, she does
to,
have
focus on.
Yes, she did. They're like her the one bit of thing that isn't like bare bones is her like there's like a large standing chest next to her desk, which if you open it up has an assortment of jewelry and necklaces and rings and hairbands and hairbrushes and things like that in it.
All right,
Beard beads. Sorry, I just love the idea of beard jewelry.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. Valdeth, do you mind if I take one?
just do what you need to and see if you
Okay.
can find her.
I can't do it today, but if we don't, this isn't any closer to finding her for you, so.
Yeah. Take something with you.
All right, and I'll grab a hairbrush and
All right.
keep it.
Let's get down to the breaking grounds.
Do you want to spend any more time looking for any potential journals that might be in the tower?
I will, but once I'm pretty certain that I'm not going to find anything of use, then
Make
time to move
an
on.
investigation check.
Do I have advantage for living here?
No.
This is my mother, yeah.
Yeah.
Do I get stone cunning?
Yes.
Fuck me.
Can Gent do that too?
Yeah,
13.
Sure. Gent gets disadvantage though, which so ends up being a flat roll because of your goggles.
Okay. Well, it was a 10. 10 was the first number that came up, so yeah.
Because you're not nearly as familiar with where it might be hidden.
Fair.
No idea, either one of you. Yeah,
I haven't found anything.
yeah, Valdeth, as you're looking around, you're sort of silently cursing your mom for being too good at hiding things.
What's the largest chunk of the box that was left? Is it just like splinters, or is there like
Splinters?
splinters? Oh, it exploded.
Yeah, it detonated.
Okay.
The box was the bomb.
Yeah. Ithram looks a little bit
It was
disappointed,
all a
but-
trap.
Oh well.
It was like I could have learned something from that.
Possibly.
Yeah, until
what the other side was like.
Yes.
until
The other side of the
we're
box, yes. We would
until
have
we're done.
investigated that.
until we're ready to use that skull as bait. Keep it in a bag of holding.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
You've got one?
No, I am giving it to you. Or to whoever has one.
I think Ithram has one.
No.
We do not have a bag of holding.
I've-
Wonderful.
No, we
I will
have
hold
bras
on
of
to it in
holding.
my-
This
I've
party
got
has
one.
bras and coats of holding. We don't
Yeah,
have any
I've-
bags of
We
We
holding.
don't have
No,
a
we don't have a
coat
coat
That is a bad
anymore.
idea.
Oh yeah,
It
that's
is-
right.
I will hide it. I will wear it underneath my arm.
I can get the body out and then
Are you gonna let the
I'm
body
still
hit
not
the
certain
floor?
if that is a great idea.
yeah. Hang
Where
on.
are you going to drop the body?
Um,
I am not questioning why you have a body in your item of holding, but I am not certain that.
She has a
I mean-
body in her boobies.
I mean, you saw the body that she put in there because it was the orc that you fought.
Oh, that's
and
right. That
killed.
that
was
the
during
sna-
that.
well,
That
it the
was
snail
that was
at the
this
time,
last
but yeah.
week.
I thought I might save it for
Rainy
some
day?
use, and then I realized that the zombie wouldn't work anymore because it doesn't work forever. Magic is complicated.
Yes.
True.
Right.
Do you have a garden here, Zelda? Did your family?
In the
In
great
the
dwarf-
underground
great
city, did we
dwarven
have a
gardens,
garden?
Of course.
Mushrooms.
There's mushroom
Uh,
gardens. Why don't you have any
No.
gardens?
E.T.'s fine.
Mordant has some gardens.
Yeah, House Mordant has gardens, but I don't think that they would want to have just a random orc body.
Do you mind if we store a body here?
Okay.
No reason.
It's all right. I'm just gonna. Okay.
E.T.'s fine. Keep the
Do you have
body
a
for now.
bucket? A large bucket.
Or never mind.
Wait. Sorry. Does Valdeth also have a bra of holding?
Yeah, but the
Yeah, this is the
concern
thing that
is
specifically is targeted at dwarves,
dwarven.
though.
This is very
Yeah.
true. But even if it is targeted at dwarves, I feel like if it's in a pocket dimension, it can't really affect
Pocket
you.
dimension that also contains my boobs.
Yeah.
This is why we are not putting it.
Are
in
they all? Is everything held in the same pocket dimension? Or do they have their own pocket
Yes.
dimensions?
Everything's held in the same pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
I can.
Your
I'll-
boobs are
I'll-
next to a disintegrating body, Titania.
Yes.
I was waiting for someone to make that connection.
I was specifically.
I assumed everybody
not
already
making
had.
that. Yeah.
He was under the assumption that things were, whenever they
No,
enter into like a bag of
so-
holding or something, they're always like kept in like they're kept in the material plane, but they're not like next to each other.
So basically, in a bag of
That's
holding is like
hilarious.
is like a really big cave of nothing, and
Yep.
everything that is in it is in it. The trick is that when you reach your hand into it, you can summon one of them to your hand.
Sorry,
pull
I
it
just need
out.
to pull my boobs out of the nothing cave real fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they're
Okay,
attached. You just
I
don't
can-
even yank, but like,
Hey,
If those are the only ones that I can wear it. It's fine.
Do we seriously not have a regular
this is
bag of holding?
dangerous.
No.
I
Didn't Gent get a bag of holding? at
Yeah,
some point?
Carolina- Carolina
from
made it.
Carolina.
Okay. Yep.
I can.
Yep.
I can.
And you
take
had
care
a
of it.
coat of holding, but you decided to leave that back with a body.
it's
Yeah,
now
yeah,
a
yeah,
loot
yeah.
box.
It's fine.
I do want to
Anyway.
point
Put that
out
in a
also.
shallow grave.
You
with a
know what
body.
else you left back in the body?
Nope.
I can't
link
see what
pearl?
your hand. Oh, the link
Yeah,
pearl.
the link
Yeah.
pearl.
Link pearl.
There is a
Oh,
link pearl
yeah.
connected to y'all in that body.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so
this
what,
is
at some
fine.
point we're just gonna get like a hello, and we're gonna be like,
Well, only if you're within a certain range, because they'd have to
Yeah,
know
yeah,
to
yeah,
send
yeah,
it to
yeah.
you.
but they also have sending on them, don't they?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they,
Yep.
but you have to target
That's-
sending. So
Oh, okay.
I.
Let me
A
imagine
little
this
bit of identify.
phone
and-
call from
Sure,
a link
absolutely.
pearl, John.
yeah, no, absolutely. Hey, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying
New
that
link pearl. Who dis?
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it happens,
legit.
it's not going to be a random person.
No, that's fair. That's.
I mean,
Terrifying.
This is just a reminder that we need to unnetwork and re-network our link pearls at some point.
I pull out the body.
Here?
So Titania undoes her blouse, pulls
Yeah.
down her bra,
Okay.
reaches in,
It's just
pulls this massive arm out. It gets stuck at the shoulder.
okay. It's just okay.
This is where you take the whole thing off and invert it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna just do that.
Yeah, you take the whole
Scuzz
bra off and
Scuzz
then
turns
you're
around
able
to give you some
And-
privacy.
you're able
Yeah.
to-
Thankfully, it's only been not even
It's only
24
been a couple
hours.
days. It's fine.
So not even a couple of days. Has it been a couple
It's
of
been
days?
a couple of days.
It's been a
yeah,
couple of
'cause
days.
it's 2 days to travel.
Then
Yeah,
it's
but there's no
into
air for
bloating.
decomposition, so it's not.
It's-
It's bloated,
Yeah.
but it's not like super rotted yet.
Would it eventually
It-
bloating even in a dimensional
Yes, it
space?
would have started
We already
bloating.
talked about this.
Yeah,
we
we
already
started
talked about
bloating.
it.
Yeah, it hits the ground with a splort, and then there's a smell.
Okay, I begin to decompose it.
Okay.
In
be
the
dirt
middle
on the
of my
floor, but-
mother's fucking room.
Does your mother have a regular room that's not meant for fucking? Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I'm an adult.
You know, Titania, you could have done that anywhere else.
Sorry, it's natural. I don't.
And then
Not
Scuzz wouldn't
in
get to
a
show off his
room.
unique skills.
Oh, that's right.
Scuzz, if you'd like to try and clean that up.
After it's decomposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I'll do you one better. Is there still like remnants of the body that has decomposed here?
Yeah.
Okay. Scuzz casts firebolt, small fireball, small baby little pew pew on that, lets it burn, and then just cleans it up.
Oh, ash is really good.
Yeah.
You know, like well nice flowers
Actually,
out
you know
of
what?
it.
Yeah, we have a bunch of ashes. We could use this spell components.
It takes you about an hour to completely incinerate the remains of the corpse.
You want me to accelerate it with grease? No. I don't want to do that in your room. I don't want to do it in her room.
No.
Would you like to accelerate it with grease?
No.
No, I would not, John.
Burn down my fucking house.
Please do not.
Someone
It's
gave
made
the-
of stone, yet somehow you'll find a way to fucking burn it
Someone
down.
gave the goblin magic, and somehow
Do not start a
So-
magical grease fire.
As you contemplate starting a magical grease fire
God, I'm not.
in order to get rid of the body, that's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
I put the
Bye.
Rethorn thing in
Okay.
the now not next to a dead body. Bag of holding.
Goodbye.
Bye.